Hi Danish learner, welcome back to my channel, Danish Matters. I'm Tina Baga, your Danish friend and tutor. If you're new to this channel, Danish Matters is a channel where we talk about the Danish language and also the more psychological aspects of learning Danish and the Danish culture as well. I'm a Danish teacher and I've been teaching Danish since 2009. There's nothing I haven't heard, nothing I haven't seen. You can feel safe with me. If you would like a Danish course with me, then write to tina@danishmatters.dk. Today is about Danish expressions, and I'm going to present 10 different expressions to you. And of course, we have many more, just like you do in your own language. Yeah. I'm going to explain what they mean. I'm also going to talk about the words inside them so that you get to expand your vocabulary, right? Because it can be difficult to understand a language if you don't understand expressions and sayings because they're not literal, right? They're more abstract. There is a hidden meaning behind them. Just a little example that I have been through myself. Many years ago, I was talking to someone who was a native English speaker. I had family visiting, and this person was a partner to one of my family members, and she was also a native English speaker, and someone was saying something to her, and she was leaning toward me and she was saying, "Is he pulling my leg?" And I didn't understand what that meant. It's many years ago, remember that, but I didn't understand that it just meant, is he making fun? Is he kidding me? Is this a joke? I didn't understand, because pulling a leg has nothing to do with making fun, right? And that's the same with a lot of other expressions and sayings in Danish, yeah? So, first one I'm going to present to you is hvile på laurbærene. Laurbær means, and I had to look this one up, bay laurel. Hvile means to rest. So you are resting on bay laurel. It means that you are kind of lazy, you're not really doing maybe what you're supposed to do, or just not really wanting to, and hvile på laurbærene, yeah? A little bit laziness here. The other day I was speaking to someone on the phone. It was not a person that I knew, and it was a more practical thing that we were discussing. And then this person was new and he had to figure out things on his computer in order to help me. And he said, "Det var mig, der sov på laurbærene." So it was me who slept on the bay laurel. And I was just smiling to myself thinking, you're mixing two expressions here. I didn't say anything. I understood what he said or what he meant. He meant, "Det er mig, der har sovet i timen." Sove i timen means you haven't paid attention. That's what he should have said, but he sort of mixed the two, so he was sleeping, sove, on the bay laurel, and not resting on the bay laurel. So yeah, he was mixing two expressions. It's very common, lots of Danes do this, yeah? It's not uncommon. So be aware of that. If you learn something and you're thinking, that's not how the saying is, maybe it's not, yeah? Or maybe they misunderstood what it meant also, yeah? An example of that is that we have another saying, and that is love, guld og grønne skove. Love means to promise, and guld means gold. Grønne means green, and skove means forests or woods. It means literally you are promising gold and green woods. And it means you are promising too much. It could be politicians, right? They're always promising something, and when it comes down to it, no, they're not really keeping those promises, right? Love, guld og grønne skove. Some Danes, they don't know about the guld part. They think it's gul, which is yellow. Guld, there is a glossal stop in that one. Excuse me, right? And gul, guld. Yeah, there is actually in both. It's just different places. Gul is the color. Guld is gold. And I forgot to show you the ones that I've just mentioned. So the first three ones that I just mentioned are these, right? And the last one, love, guld og grønne skove. Love, as you can see, is spelled just like love, yeah? Love, different pronunciation, yeah? As it often is in Danish. So it means you are promising too much, right? Another one is, man kan ikke få i både pose og sæk. Means, literally, you can't get or receive in both bag and sack. Bag as in one you can hold in your hand, maybe made of cloth, maybe made of plastic, not one that you can really carry on your shoulders, right? And sack is sick. Maybe that's an old Viking word, who knows? It means you can't have it all, right? You can't get both in bag and sack, you can't have it all. Then there's another one. Man kan ikke både blæse og have mel i munden. Meaning, literally, you can't both blow and have flour, as in to bake with, in your mouth, right? You can't do both things at the same time, and that is exactly what it means. You can't do two things at the same time. I'm just going to show you, I keep forgetting to show you. So the ones that we've had until now look like this. Yeah. Mel, flour, yeah. If we want a flower that is growing, maybe a rose or a tulip, that would be blomst in Danish. En blomst, en rose, en tulipan. But flower here is mel in Danish. That white powder that you bake with, yeah. So you can have that in your mouth and blow at the same time, yeah. This is, of course, as you might hear, an old one, yeah. Another one is tab og vind med samme sind. Even rhymes, yeah? Tab og vind means lose and win. And med det samme sind means sort of in the same state of mind, with the same reaction, kind of. In English is you lose some, you win some. Yes, I guess it's slightly different. I mean, the meaning of the two. I guess in English it means you have to accept that sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's how it is. But in Danish it actually means that you should have the same reaction, the same response, whether you win or lose. It sounds very Danish to me, actually, and some Danish kids are also told that it's not about winning, it's about participating. Det er ikke om at vinde, det er om at være med. Være med is sort of like literally be with, that is participating, be there, joining, playing with your team, or on your own, yeah? Be there in the competition also. But as a nation, we're not that competitive people. I mean, of course, if you join a sports group, of course people are going to be competitive. You would like to win the game, yeah, of course. And also if you play other things, you would probably like to win, but I guess Danes are a little bit different compared to a lot of other people when it comes to this winning, losing, if it's not about sports or like very important. Personally, if I play, I don't really play sports, but I also don't care if I win or lose. I don't really care. If I play a board game or a card game, I don't really care either. It's just cozy and fun to play. I mean, it's about the people that I'm with. It's about the togetherness, hygge, yeah, the coziness in it. But that's just me personally. Maybe you feel different. Maybe you're very competitive. And of course, we have competitive Danes as well. That's not what I'm saying. But as a nation, I think we're very leaned back and, yeah, relaxed and not that competitive. Yeah. Also in schools, we're not that competitive when in terms of grades and so on. So it's a little funny that we have this one. Also because if you play, of course you would like to win. I mean, normally, yeah. But it kind of shows a little bit of the Danish mentality that is in our culture. So, of course, expressions are also about culture, and you might be very surprised that sometimes very different cultures have the same sayings. And that is, of course, because we've been traveling and through history and trade and wars and whatnot, we have sort of learned each other's. Maybe there's a slight difference, but maybe they mean the same, right? I find that interesting, at least. There's one here, and it goes like this. Som at sælge sand i Sahara. It's like selling sand in Sahara. And of course, there's a lot of sand in Sahara, in the Sahara. So if you are able to sell sand where there is already sand in abundance, then you're a pretty good salesperson, yeah? So that's what it means. You're very good at selling. I have heard it used in a more abstract sense, though, about people who are good at convincing someone to something that is maybe impossible or maybe just not that easy, or the person is someone that you have to convince about something, and you get that done. The person is convinced. Hun kan sælge sand i Sahara means, oh, she's good at convincing everyone about something, getting them to do something, for example, yeah, or getting them to feel a certain way or think a certain way. So yeah, being good at something that seems impossible, but it's also literal about selling, yeah? And I'm just going to show you the two last ones that we've had. So the last ones on the list, as you can see, that's what they look like. Yeah. I have 3 more that I would like to present to you. One is lige børn leger bedst. And it means that børn, children, leger is to play, that children who are equal in some sort of sense, they play the best. They become the best friends. I think originally it might have been about the social classes, that if you're from the same social class, you're from the same background, you understand each other best, and you can play the best then. But it's a little funny that we have this one in Denmark, because as our country is so small, we actually mix more social classes than maybe in a bigger country. I mean, in very big countries in the world, people sort of live in neighborhoods only with their own social class. And of course, in Denmark, each person and each family, of course, they have their circles, of course. But we are more mixed with the family members that we have, with the friends that we have, and with the neighborhoods that we live in than in so many other countries. Maybe that is also it's also seen in our school system. We go to school with everyone, yeah? So in a school class with, say, I don't know, 25 students, there is the garbage man's son, there is their priest's daughter, there's sales clerk from the supermarket's children, there are children from a lawyer, and children of a teacher, or someone who works with coding IT, or someone who works in the kitchen, or I mean, it's everyone, yeah? So it's a little funny that we have this one, because we actually play with everyone in a broad sense, of course, because as I said, we do have our circles, right? But it's, yeah, it is a little funny that we have this one. But of course, being equal can be in many senses, but I think that, as I said, originally it was about social classes, but it could, of course, also be about age or gender or whatever, yeah? Another one is stikke en kæp i hjulet. Kæp means a stick, and hjul, spelled with an H, and I'm going to show you, is a wheel. So I think I'm just going to show you the whole one now, yeah? Yeah. Stikke en kæp i hjulet. It means that someone is taking a stick, putting it in a rolling wheel, meaning they are preventing something from happening, not in a positive way. It's a negative way. It means they're preventing a plan from being carried out, or a project from moving and going forward. For example, it could be a colleague. You're saying, "Hey, han stikker altid en kæp i hjulet for projektet. Vi kommer bare ikke videre." He's always putting a stick into the wheel. We just never get to move on with this. Yeah, that is to prevent in a negative way, because of course preventing can also be in a good way. Yeah, but not in this case. Last one that I want to present to you is at tage tyren ved hornene. And literally it means to take the bull by its horns. And as you can imagine, that is not something we would like to do. And that's exactly that. It is something that you have to do, but you don't really want to. It might be very difficult or full of conflict or hard, some sort of thing that you don't want to do, but you can't keep on postponing it. You can't procrastinate anymore. You really have to do it. Then you would say that you would take the bull by its horns. Yeah, tage tyren ved hornene. Jeg må hellere tage tyren ved hornene. I better get this done. Like I really have to take a little bit of a run up to this. I have to do it. Yeah. So, of course, we have many more expressions, as I said. These were just 10 of them. I hope you got something out of them. I'm going to show them one more time so that you can write them down. And you can just pause the video, right? And write them down. I hope you can read my handwriting. Sometimes I get from my students, especially the last 3 in our alphabet, the A, Ö, and O. Students are asking me when I write on the whiteboard, is that one of the strange letters? Because I might be writing a little bit, my handwriting isn't too good. Maybe I should take a course in writing. But those were the ones I wanted to present to you today. I hope that you got something out of them, and also the little words inside. Yeah, that's to expand your vocabulary. Know that you can support my work if you want to by going to Buy Me a Coffee. There's a direct link in the comments, and you can support me with whatever amount you want, small or big. It's always a huge help. It means that I can keep on making these videos, and it will be a huge help for this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and happy Danish learning.